Here's another option, a different position for holding your frame while you set on the warp. I've got it leaned across my knees here, and it's leaned up against the wall at the top. I've wrapped my warp around some 30 times. I count 30 loops on this end, and then I've cut this end here. Now, when I'm working in interlinking, I want to have a bead on both ends. So I'm going to slide a bead onto this end of my thread. Put the bead through. You'll understand later why that bead is important. And then I'm going to tie it to this end of the frame. Let me bring the camera in closer so you can see how I tie this knot. Alrighty, I bring the end around the frame and then around and through. Just a simple regular knot. You know how to do that one. The second part of the knot, I take the cut end here, and the cut end comes around and back through again. And I tighten. So this is like the knot you tie for your shoes. My brother, the Boy Scout, tells me that this is called a releasable square knot. Alrighty, there we are. We've got the warp all set on. Now I need to check and make sure everything is right. I want to make sure that I got myself an even up, down, first cross arrangement. And the way I check it is with 2 sticks here. These could be chopsticks, could be knitting needles, could be pieces of dowel. I slide them in at each end of the frame here, and I bring them together. If everything is correct, I should have an even up, down arrangement. You might need to specially place the first and last thread. It's a little ambiguous whether or not they're up or down threads here. And then I go through and I check the evenness. Up, down. Yes, that's right. Okay. Then you want to take these sticks in place. Make sure they don't fall out. I like to use painter's tape. It doesn't leave a residue. You can use any kind of tape, but if something happens and I don't get back for a few days, I don't want any gooey residue on my nice knitting needles. Okay, the other thing you need to check at this point is that you have a very even warp. Sometimes slight irregularities occur. You want to wrap it around with an even tension. If you don't have a completely even tension, you can have troubles. There is some forgiveness in longer warps, but shorter ones like this, you want to make sure is real even. I've pulled out one thread here, making it uneven to show you how this technique works. If I take these 2 sticks and I slide them back and forth a couple times, kind of pulling on it, it should even out my warp quite nicely. There we go. Okay, we have our first cross. It's in its proper up and down. We have nice even tension. It's time for me to start weaving. I will turn the frame this way, and I'm ready to go.